Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Ludwig Schultz. This is Timo Teravo of Mistral Mobile. Mistral comes out of the ashes of Nokia. We were previously leaders of Nokia's mobile financial services group and spun out in 2012. Our solutions are used by banks around the world. Today, what we'd like to show you is our Mistral security solution. This is a solution that makes sure that your applications, whether those are banking, payments, or commerce applications, are constantly secure and also function in a way that your user experience is not damaged. What we're going to do now is take a look at Timo's screen. Here what we have is two elements. One is, this is Timo's mobile phone, just being projected via his PC, so you don't have to see his fingers. Definitely not a pleasant thing. As well as the Mistral Security Administrative Console. What we see here on the Administrative Console is a bunch of different attributes. So these are attributes that we are capturing from an embedded module in this mobile banking application to examine that phone, to understand what it is, how it's being used. And you can see as an example on usage, has Timo allowed non-market applications to be installed on this application? That is something to be aware of for the bank. Is it an absolute risk? Is it a 100% concern? Not necessarily, but we have a risk scale here, in this case 3 out of 10, saying it's something to be aware of. As we continue down the list, we see there are a lot of different attributes, some of which are secret, because we're not going to show you all of them here today. We have device factors. These are fingerprinting, is often the way they're referred to. Continuing down the list, we look at application tampering to make sure that the application, the mobile banking application in this case, has not been altered in any way. Lastly, we get to network ID. Very important. We all take for granted there are billions of phone calls every single day that are accomplished in a secure fashion constantly. So what we're doing here is capturing some of that information to add it to the puzzle. Give us a complete picture of Timo's device and see how there have been variations or changes in his behavior, in his network ID, anything that should raise a flag. We're doing this very importantly in a way that does not require a mobile operator relationship. That is very different from some of the other players in the marketplace. That means that if you're a global bank, a global e-commerce player, a global payments player, this can be deployed everywhere. You do not need to go make a relationship, a contract in 180 countries with 5 different operators. So now what we'll do is switch over to Timo's phone, take this mobile banking application, and take a look. He's going to make a change to his phone. He's going to allow those unauthorized apps or those unknown apps to be installed, as you can see here. We'll go back now to the administrative console, and what we're going to do is we're going to challenge, right? We're going to send a challenge from the server side to the embedded module in that phone and say, what do you look like today, right? How have your attributes changed or not changed? So he's done so. Here, you're getting a sneak peek kind of inside the application, right? What is that embedded module actually doing? It's capturing those values and then it's sending back to the server for confirmation, the comparison, right? So that has now been sent, and it'll come back, and you'll see that it has in fact seen that variation, that change in the attribute. So what do we do now? So one attribute has changed. Is it important? Is it not? When we look at the alert configuration, that's just Timo showing us how the device has changed. We switch over to the alert configuration, and now we decide what do we want to do with this information, right? Some changes may be irrelevant. We don't care about them. But multiple changes may very much matter. So we have a scaling that the customer defines to say, this is a minor change, a major change. Let's either get the fraud department involved. Let's watch the velocities on this account, however it may fit best for your risk management. Of course, this is now going to the risk management system directly. It does not need to be manually verified on every case. So that's how we protect the mobile application. One of the benefits of having that protection then is actually in this dual band or out-of-band approach when we switch over to a traditional PC or online transaction. Timo here this is a mock-up of a web bank. He's going to go ahead and do a money transfer. That money transfer is going to get processed, and the bank is going to say, well, I want to make sure this is Timo, right? And today, what they will often do, will send out a one-time PIN via SMS. Timo would receive that. You get 6 digits. He'd go back to his PC. He'd make a few mistakes because he's error-prone. And we would then have a result. It's cumbersome. But when Aegis is in place, now what happens, instead, that request, once the attributes have been verified, everything looks okay, the question is for Timo to act. Right? The application has popped up independently, right? No action on Timo's part, to say, is this transaction okay or not? Up to the customer to decide, do we allow it to be a single click confirmation? Yes, it's good, or no, it's not. Or perhaps we increase the threshold a little bit and we say, why don't you put in your application password so we're truly confident it's you and it's a legitimate transaction. Compare that to an SMS plain text moving between the environments, a much better user experience. So our goal here with this solution is to provide you with the enhanced security of your applications and also improve the user experience for your consumers. And we're doing that, again, on a comprehensive basis of application security. We're doing it in a multi-factor way, so you're looking at a lot of different attributes at the same time to really be able to get a sense of where the risks lie. And we're doing it in a globally scalable manner, that you can actually go and do this in every single country that you exist without any other incremental cost or relationships with the mobile operators. And ultimately, with a better user experience for your consumers, even with the higher security. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate your vote this afternoon, and we'll be out to answer any further questions.
Thank you.